Hi everyone, Jennifer here from Good Health Physical Therapy. Today I'm going to take you through a few stability exercises that will stabilize you from top to bottom. I do have 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, I'm going to use a throw pillow and a bench or some sort of low table that's about 8 to 10 inches high. So for the first one, I'm going to place this block between my thighs, and we're going to work on just a squeeze of that, like 50% of your strength. I'm going to reach the arms forward. So just to focus part of this on stabilizing the shoulders, I want you to think about pulling those arms back a bit, just to try to draw the arms into their sockets. And I'm gonna do 2 different versions. So option 1, you're just gonna lift your heels and put them down slowly. The returning slowly to the ground is an important part of this as well. And if you feel yourself wobbling a little bit, that's okay. And the squeezing that block works the muscles along the inner thighs, which also does help to activate that deeper core that helps stabilize the spine. And now I'm going to do the second half of the set with the second option, which is going to add a little squat. So I'm going to lift the heels, come into a bit of a squat like you're sitting down into a chair. Notice my hips are going back, stand up, and then put the heels down. I'll show from this way as well. Engaging the core, lift the heels, squat, lift, and down. We'll do 3 more like that if you're choosing this option. Otherwise, go ahead and stick with the first option I showed you. 2 more. If this gets, your shoulders start to get tired, you can always bring them down between repetitions. Last one. All right. So I love those, I call those toe squats. And the second one, I'm going to be down onto hands and knees. I know a lot of us have trouble with being in a flat hand position, so you can use the blocks if that's the case. And more of my weight's going to be, in this case, on my left arm, so I'm going to put this off to the side for now and be on my hand. But I don't have very much weight over here. I'm going to extend one leg back, turn the foot out. And you also can come up onto your fingertips if that doesn't cause any issue for your fingers, the finger joints, or the fist. And then we're going to lift the leg up and just tap the toe down. And I'm going to try for 20 of these. And I like to do 2 sets, but I'm just take you through 1 set today. Again, more of my weight is on my left arm and my left knee. But if that's too much for your hand still, you could put your hand on the block like that. Making sure you're keeping your head lifted as opposed to letting your head hang. And I will show the other side from this direction so you can see what the other hip is doing. It's important you don't let your hip swing out to the sides. You want to keep that hip drawing in, gently pushing the elbow down into the block, so that back foot, you're going to extend it out, and then just out to the side and turn the toes out. Keeping the belly lifted and the head lifted. Again, be aware of what's happening with the neck. We also want to avoid this position, just keeping the neck neutral, long through the spine. Keep this hip drawing in rather than out. Just a few more. Okay, and the next one will be a hands and knees position as well. So we'll just give those wrists just a gentle circle. You can stand and do this if being in a kneeling position isn't good for you. And I'm just going to do some gentle neck movements because the next one will have to hold the head up as well, and just gently side to side. Not as far as you can go, just gentle mid-range of motion and up and down. Okay, and the next one will be specifically to strengthen the neck. So I'm going to bring both blocks to a high position, or you can be on your stool or whatever you've got there. And with control, I'm going to let my head come down and then straight back up. And notice I'm not tilting my chin up. I'm working to keep my neck straight. Think back of the head towards the sky. Letting it go with control and lifting slowly. And I am pushing my elbows down into the blocks a bit as well. And that helps to activate some muscles under here, which are also good for shoulder stability. When you come down slowly, if you feel a little bit of shaking, that just means your body's trying to figure it out, and maybe those stabilizer muscles need a little work. So I feel that a little bit. We do want to work up to 20, but certainly if you start to feel any tension through the neck, then go ahead and stop, take a few breaths, and start again. And notice I'm keeping this part of my back really steady, so there's no arching or rounding here in the lower part of my spine. Okay, and we'll do some gentle neck movements before the next one as well, because the next one will involve, again, holding the head and neck in a static position. So again, working on those stabilizers, but also working on the shoulders together. So putting some of these things together. So just some gentle neck movements before we move on to the third exercise. And again, just mid-range of movement, moving with control. And just a few times up and down. And this next one helps to stabilize the shoulders. So if you have a tendency to bring your shoulders forward and down, it just helps to activate the muscles that help hold them up and back. We want to avoid squeezing the shoulder blades to hold the shoulders in place. We want to work on the muscles that hold them in this position and work on the endurance of those muscles. So again, we're going to use the blocks. You could be on your hands if that's comfortable for you. And holding the head up in the position that we worked on before. I'm going to take my arm out to a V, so my pinky is on the ground, and I'm just going to take that arm up and down. So at the end range, you should be able to still see your arm sort of in your hand in your periphery. Lifting it higher isn't necessarily better. And if it gets to be too much for your neck, you could put another yoga block or something else here. Like I might do something like this if my neck's getting tired. And then I can still work on my shoulder stability without wearing out my neck if it's getting tired. And again, notice this part of my back is staying nice and neutral. And again, if you notice a little shakiness on the way down, I kind of felt a little bit of that. It just means you need to work on the stability a little bit. And we'll do the other side. So my neck is recovering a little bit, so I'm going to give it a little help here. Just keep that support there. Making sure knees are under hips, and just gentle lift of the belly. And if 20 feels like too much, that's okay. We can work up to that. And those higher repetitions are important for building endurance in those muscles that stabilize. Right, and there's just a few quick stability exercises for you to work on. These can be safely done every day. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you feel like you're not quite getting it, feel free to drop a comment in the notes and I will get back to you with any answers I'm able to provide. Okay, have a great day and be well.